In the first part of the video, you're seeing what I called Skid Row all up on my property. He's been able to use my property as his personal Skid Row while living in HUD property, which HUD subsidized property, which of course I've contacted HUD, Pelosi, the mayor, all that, and the city attorney was contacted. In fact, I was going to safe meetings on it. And of course, the district attorney, he was also contacted multiple times. And this is the 5th year that I've been subjected to this, and they keep trying to come after me and take my house while subjecting me to all this. As you see in the following video, while they're talking about the vegetation that I won't come and clear from my house, is because they've been allowing these things from next door in HUD subsidized property, which shouldn't have been subsidized by HUD, and you can check and see why on the assessor's site at 1408 Shafter Avenue, and see what HUD has been paying regardless of my complaints, and informing them of what the monies was going for. And in the following, you'll see the trash and the trash bins, which from Demon Herrera's Satan Zoo and HUD Satan Zoo, you'll see that they have the trash bins out there seven days a week. Garbage. And you'll see the dog out there loose, that they're saying that I should subject myself to. I tried to remove Skid Row and his belongings off my property, and the dog head-butted me, nearly knocked me over. I'm about 4'11". I'm not skinny, but the dog head-butted me hard enough to almost knock me over. And also you'll see the car parked in my driveway by this twisted teenager that lives next door. They parking in my driveway, and you'll see the car of Donkey Kong from the white t-shirt. In the white t-shirt in the video, he's got his car parked, and I reported to the city multiple times that after he's threatened me and subjected me to all he's subjected me to, he's using my driveway and my property the way he wants to use it, and that's what they've been getting away with. And in this ungodly city, with the demons in power, the shamans in power, they've been letting them get away with all this. Twisted teenager parked in my driveway. He had the 13-year-old in there. They music and then constantly opening the door, thinking somebody's getting out and getting ready to leave, but no. They was just opening the door because the smoke from the weed that they were smoking was so potent. And when they finally did get out to go in, then for me to verify that, yes, this was them, the twisted teen had the 13-year-old in there with them, exposing him to this weed. I don't know, maybe having him smoking himself. And they congregate in front of my property, and so there was an incident with somebody came after this twisted teenager with a gun, talking about he was going to shoot him. And there's been multiple incidents like this involving this teen because he's twisted. And his daddy that done moved it in this crack selling thing over there, that female that's been in there since 2016, even though I notified the city and HUD. He moved them in. He really didn't care about being a father to them boys. Never did care. But they're still here, and the city trying to force me out of my property using them.
And thanks to his cooperation, he would continue going on about his life. In exchange for his testimony, prosecutors offered Knox a generous plea deal.
They offered him pretty much a free ticket. You tell this story, you can go home.
Which meant that when Monique and Carl Howard went on trial on October 27th,
those were facing second-degree murder and conspiracy to commit second-degree murder.
the prosecution not only had a mountain of phone records connecting Monique and Carl,
88 calls a day. That, to a lot of people, was pretty damaging for the case.
they also had two star witnesses.
The prosecution did acknowledge that they were Johnson and Corey Knox did have shady past, but he wanted the jury to see that just because they may have had shady past didn't mean they couldn't be trusted in this.
Naturally, the defense disagreed.
We wanted them to understand. Look at this stuff.
Whether that was Monique and Carl supposedly damning cell phone records,
They were talking at certain times, but they had no evidence of the content of any conversation.
or the testimony from the so-called co-conspirators, who both gotten off nearly scot-free despite allegedly participating in a murder plot.
Their case is simply who's willing to swear that Monique did it but be let out of jail.
Coming up, will the prosecution's case be enough to convict Monique,
There was no corroborated evidence of any type.
or will the jury set her free?
She did not she did not hire anyone than my father.
On November 20th, 2014, the jury announced that it had reached a decision in the murder trial of Monique Kitts. The 45-year-old mother of two was accused of masterminding the July 2010 shooting of her husband, Corey Kitts Sr.
They portrayed her as a money-hungry, adulterous murderer.
30-year-old Carl Michael Howard stood trial alongside Monique.
Allegedly, he was the person who shot her husband, Corey Kitts, 3 times inside their home in Addis. He was taken for it.
And the prosecution's case hinged on the testimony of two co-conspirators, Monique's unindicted lover, David Johnson.
He testified that Monique had originally come to him and asked him, I want to kill my husband.
And the admitted getaway driver, Corey Knox.
Corey Knox was given the option to take a plea deal with prosecutors to serve less time than he would have otherwise in exchange for